Speaking of Australia, they had the first person to ever be...
Stephen A. Smith says that if he were married to...
A lot of people call this place another Bermuda.
Scariest urban legends from each state, part 6.
The total number of minds in the universe is one. That consciousness is a singularity. And therefore, all of us are one great being, moving around in different individual expressions of ourselves.
Okay, so that was Dr. Stephen Grenier. Hey, I'm still waiting for that announcement that was going to come 3 days after that message. Nothing came. There was nothing crazy that even entered the mainstream media. So what happened? What happened? I have many questions. Welcome back, goons. You're watching Explore the Weird. Hey, I guess we're all a unity consciousness and we're all one. That's what he's saying. Do we believe him? Oh boy. Oh boy. Hey, we got some more creepy, weird, strange For You page content. Let's get right into it.
Let's go to the mountain. Yeah. You should never be at home. That's what I tell young people. Home is for 7 hours of sleep, and that's...
Well, first of all, who getting 7 hours of sleep? You see my eyes, but let's talk about it, because just stepping outside costs about $250 plus tax. Then if you ain't got no car, you got to order an Uber. That's going to cost you a pretty penny depending on where you're trying to go. So if you do have some sort of vehicle at your disposal, you should utilize it. Problem is, you got to go on that road with them folks that can't drive. Got their license out of cereal box for real. Risking it all, fam. That could cost you your life. That's priceless. You know what I mean? Then you out and about trying to figure it out. That stomach get to growling. You got to, acquire some sustenance, man. That's going to run you about 15 of them ducats just to get something decent to hold you over. Now, you look at the other hand, you could be at the crib. Now, I know you're going to say, oh, man, but won't you get bored? Yeah, lights on. I can look at that for a little bit. Water running. I could try to catch it. Or just catch up on that sleep that you was talking about.
Yeah, this is the thing. Stay home, stay safe. Trust me, stay home, stay safe.
I've decided I'm tired to find ways to heal. Instead of that, I will just go completely insane. Oh, that felt good.
I completely understand the feeling that you're feeling. I feel the same way when I start spiraling. It feels good sometimes to spiral. And then other times I'm really deep down the rabbit hole and I'm like, I don't know if I entered a good place or a dark place. We're going to keep it going.
Oh, I'm totally into conspiracies. Don't even get me started. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I am too. Like, are you into the conspiracies about cloud seeding and geoengineering? Or Jean Bonnet, who really murdered her? Or is she perhaps Katy Perry? Or is it flat earth? Are you a flat earther? Or how aliens are really demons? And all famous people are clones, and also aliens and lizard people. We're basically poisoned through our food, our air, our water, and soil. That's why we're all sick. Or JFK Jr. and he's still alive. Or there's whole underground cities all over the place. Or Pizzagate. Those kinds of conspiracies. What's your favorite one? What are you talking about? Oh, I was just talking about how there might be some traces of fluoride in the water. Oh yeah, that one's good too.
Oh boy, I completely understand. But at the same time, that's exactly what they're trying to do, make us look like we're crazy. But they are all like, hey, we're all on different levels of waking up. And I'm like, come on now. Some of us are more awakened than others. Oh boy.
Lately, I am realizing how fucking lonely I have been my entire life. And I think I put myself a protective, not cape, but a cocoon of I love being by myself. I don't need anybody. I literally love spending time by myself and blah, 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 which is true. But recently what I've been feeling is I was just a little girl who wanted to play and have friends. And the best visual I can give you for this is I'm that little girl that shows up at the playground and I'm super excited and I start playing with everyone. But then someone says, ew, Laura stinks. And then everyone just runs away from me. I feel like that's the way my inner child has felt towards friendships and even relationships. It feels like I have never been good enough. I have been too much this. It's just, I think that it's really hard to grow up in this reality because you want to fit in so bad. Like, you want to be loved, right? You want to have friends and you want to be invited to the birthday parties and you want to be included. I think there's no way around it. Like, no matter how well your parents raise you, and no matter how much they tell you that you're good enough and you're worthy, you will experience rejection and loneliness. Like, that's what sometimes I'm like, shit. I am so excited to have children, but I also know that there are so many things about this life that no matter what I do, no matter how aware I am, no matter how much conscious parenting I do, they will get their cracks eventually, because this is the beauty of this physical realm. We are not immune to any of it. We cannot pick, like, this is what I want, this is not what I want.
Wait, I'm so confused. So are you lonely, or are you understanding exactly where you are going with your life path right now? It sounds like you want children, or you have children, or I'm not sure, but like, you got to jump on that bandwagon real quick, because let me tell you, that biological clock, never mind. And I've seen those videos where people are like, yo, there's no real biological clock, people get pregnant even at like age 50, and I'm like, what? Yeah, there's some people out there. Oh boy, everything's gonna be fine. Hopefully you find somebody.
So why is it when you're a kid, everyone's like, read more books, use your imagination, I'll give you a personal pan pizza for reading books? And then as an adult, everyone's like, you read too much, what a waste of time, you're not in touch with reality, you have too many books, I'm not giving you a pizza. Being an adult is stupid sometimes.
Wait, what? It's like they don't want you to get smarter. They just want you to get smart when you're a kid to keep you occupied. And then when you're an adult, they're like, nah, you don't need to keep reading and learning. You need to do other things and make yourself useful. And you're like, nah, bro, I need to learn and keep adapting so that way I stay up to date with what I know. Otherwise, other people and new generation's going to take over my job, and that's going to... Sorry. We're going to keep it going.
Anton, it's 5 p.m. You got to go home.
No, I want to work. I want to work more. I want to work more. Let me work. Let me work.
Oh my god, this feels like cruel and unusual punishment. Is this worth it for the content, bro? Did you get like scraped? I mean, this used to be like a torture thing, except they would be like horses that dragged you, but now we just got cars that drag. Oh boy. I mean, it's funny at the same time, but at the same time, I'm like, is it worth all that struggle you did for the content?
I think the Sahara Desert itself upends the narrative. Why did the Sahara turn from green to a desert?
You know what does that? Salt water. The salt water creates salinization, which turns things into desert. So 100% ocean water would have caused northern Africa to look like this.
We should consider the possibility that that sand was moved in from the ocean during whatever this event was.
Wait, so the Sahara sand is not originating from the Sahara, but isn't like the Sahara dried up and like that's what happened and eroded over time? So they're saying that we were lied to the entire time and it was actually a massive flood that brought the sands in, and then once the water retreated, that's how we got the Sahara. But at some point in our history, we know that the Sahara was like basically the Amazon, but now the Sahara's sand and materials gets passed through the wind to other areas, and it's like literally fertilizers, less minerals for the soil. Sorry, I know a lot about the Sahara. Yeah, exactly what I thought the cosplays you were going to depict were. No other cosplays I was thinking of. This was exactly what I envisioned. Hey, how's your envisioning going? Hey, guess what? We need your interaction because you're a goon. Can you do the things? Now it's that point. It's the point in the video where you decide whether you're going to give me that interaction or not, and I go, you do the things. Please, Please, you're a goon. Remember? We already went over this. All the other videos you watched, we already went over this. We don't need to keep doing this. Please, interact.
Speaking of Australia, they had the first person to ever be frozen.
What do you mean?
Cryo chamber.
Cryo chamber, yeah. It's wild, dude.
And like you woken up later?
Yes, that's
for
the plan.
For the first time, they've successfully defrosted brain tissue.
That sounds terrible.
Pretty wild, right? So here it is. The man's 80 years old. The company calls patient 1. He died this month, underwent the complex process to be cryogenically frozen with the hope of coming back to life in the future.
Wait, but how can it resuscitate your life?
That's my thing. That's even scary.
As long as they...
Oh, so like if they'll like technology develops enough, they'll unfreeze him and then bring him back to life? There's no way. He's dead.
They're put into a cooling chamber filled with liquid nitrogen at negative 190 degrees Celsius. So I don't know what that is, but
Yeah, we're not going to do that.
That's crazy.
That's insane.
He's vacuum sealed. Oh no.
I don't like that.
I don't like it either.
Is Disney really frozen?
Maybe, I don't know, but they say it's a myth.
Did you see that one commercial? I think we talked about it before. They literally showed Walt Disney coming out of a chamber of him being frozen.
They're just laying into a joke.
I don't know, man.
No, they ain't laying into a joke. They made the Frozen movie so that way we wouldn't figure it out. So that way the Frozen movie shows up instead of Walt Disney being cryogenically. Sorry, don't come after me. I just know the things. 100%. Hey, before you go like, oh my God, I can do this too. Please understand the situation that we're in. There are companies that have offered cryogenic stasis for, whatever time. When the tech comes, they'll revive you, blah, blah, blah. Some of those companies that had those bodies are bankrupt. They disappeared. What happened with the bodies? Yeah, there's many questions. Please look into the things. Don't just assume just because you're frozen forever, you're going to stay there forever. Hey, what happens if the company goes under? What happens to your thing? Who's going to do exactly understand what you're getting into?
It makes no sense, but this simple mind trick can clear your head of all of your thoughts in an instant. Just do this with me and let me know in the comments what you experienced. Ready? If you can, please close your eyes for a moment. Take a slow deep breath in. And a slow deep breath out. And relax. Now, shift your focus to your thoughts, to your mind. And ask yourself mentally this question: what is my next thought going to be? And watch what happens. Let me know what happened to you in the comments.
Wait, I don't understand. My thing was just like a to-do list. It's like at the time of recording, it's Valentine's Day. By the time you guys are watching this, it's way past Valentine's Day probably. But regardless, yeah, there's no way you get this video's coming out on Valentine's Day, Teddy. You're just recording them. Sorry. My thing was about my to-do list, like with all the things I need to do. I got to sign the Valentine's Day card, give that to Emily, do the things. Oh, boy. Oh, that was my next thoughts. What was your thoughts? Did you guys try this? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below.
Stephen A. Smith says that if he were married to Serena Williams, he would divorce her over her Super Bowl halftime show appearance. Well, thank goodness he is not her husband, and Serena's husband is very supportive. On yesterday's episode of the First Take podcast, Stephen says, if I'm your husband, I'm thinking, why are you up there trolling him, trolling your ex? If I'm married and my wife is going to troll her ex, go back to him because clearly you don't belong with me. What are you worried about him for? And you're with me? He also pointed out that SZA, who also performed with Kendrick, dated Drake in the past, saying everybody knows that she and Drake were together at one time and it seemed like everyone wanted to get their lick. But again, this entire performance was not just about Drake. He's missing the bigger picture. In 2001, Serena Williams won the Wimbledon Championships. While celebrating her big win, Serena did a quick crip walk on the court.
There's your sister, Venus.
And she was met with so much backlash because of this. People called it inappropriate. They said that she was promoting gang culture. So to come back all these years later and do the same dance on one of the biggest platforms in the United States, the Super Bowl, was pretty iconic. And Serena's husband, Alexis Ohanian, is very supportive of his wife. He tweeted saying, some of y'all have no idea how criticized Serena was for this same dance at Wimbledon 13 years ago, and it shows. This is bigger than the music, he says, quoting Kendrick. He also shared a screenshot of some of the backlash that Serena got at the time 13 years ago. And following her Super Bowl performance, Serena posted a video on her Twitter page where she says, "I did not crip walk like that at Wimbledon. I would have been fined." Serena is also from Compton, California, just like Kendrick Lamar. He actually name drops her in the song Not Like Us, which is the song that she was dancing along to at the Super Bowl. See, Drake and Serena do have a history which he has referenced in his music. In 2022, in his song Middle of the Ocean, Drake shaded Serena's husband Alexis. He says, "Sidebar Serena, your husband a groupie. He claimed we don't got a problem, but no boo, it's like you coming for sushi." In response, Alexis posted this tweet. He says, "The reason I stay winning is because I'm relentless about being the absolute best at whatever I do, including being the best groupie for my wife and daughter." I love this response. It just shows how secure he is in his marriage, and yeah, he is his wife's biggest groupie, as he should be. There's no shame in that. So in the song Not Like Us, Kendrick defends Serena from Drake. The lyric says, "You better not speak on Serena." So again, there are layers to Serena appearing during the Super Bowl performance, and I highly doubt she cares what Stephen A. Smith or Drake think when she has such a supportive man by her side. Let me know your thoughts and follow me for more.
Drake lost. It's very obvious. And 100% Serena can do whatever she wants. And that was very iconic. I didn't even know that she did. This was like a throwback on what happened during the Wimbledon event. And she did the dance at that point. Hey, her dancing skills are fine. Leave her alone. Leave Serena Williams alone.
What music do you think is demonic?
Anything to me that is commercially available for the ants and the NPCs, people whose intentions I don't align with or whose worldviews I know are corrupted by evil, I'm not going to listen to them. Because music, what you watch, what you eat, who you hang out with, it's all feeding. You feed into your ears, you feed into your eyes, you feed into your mouth. So if you fast from certain foods because you know that they're not good for you, why wouldn't you fast from certain music?
Nah, I'm not this way. All music is there for a purpose. Enjoy all the music. And if at times it feels like, hey, you're listening to some crazy ritualistic stuff, you stop it. You stop it. Maybe take a break, reground yourself, understand what you're going through, and then go back in the cycle of just like listening to music at times. So, I mean, if you're listening to music 24/7, what are you? Some kind of radio DJ host or something? Why are you listening 24/7? You stop it. Get some sleep.
A lot of people call this place another Bermuda Triangle. It's super interesting, and it's in Oklahoma. I think I've heard of it. You might have. Pretty much, bro. It was this place called Beaver Dunes Park. The reason why they call it the Bermuda Triangle of Oklahoma is because all the strange disappearances that have happened over, like, dude, years. There's this really famous story that apparently happened in the 1500s. They said back then there was an explorer who was like with a couple other people that was going through this area. There was these big flashing lights that out of nowhere happened, and all of these people were nowhere to be found anymore.
Really?
That's pretty much the story, yeah. And what they claimed to have seen was, it looked like it was green lightning.
What?
Just out there in this area. It's literally like dunes.
Yeah.
They saw this big flashing light, and after these people disappeared, they just seen green lightning. There's even a whole journal you could still see till this day, because I guess they found it like years after this, like hella long after. Pretty much that guy documented what he saw that day, and it says the exact same thing. Pretty much that. It was this big flashing light while I was out there, and the people that I saw walking out there just disappeared into thin air, and there was green lightning that like struck after. Pretty much what the legend is that people believe a alien ship crashed in that area, and it either opened like some rift or some like doorway to somewhere else, and all of these people are getting sent there. Even it got so big of like a spectacle that even like archaeologists, scientists, people like that all were trying to go out there and figure out what the hell is happening and where are these people going. Yeah.
Yo, I don't want no green lightning and ham Sam I am. You stop it. You stop it. What the heck? Wow. Wow, that is just wild. So now Oklahoma's got a Bermuda Triangle type thing as well. Oh boy. Oh boy. And then we're going to find out later it was ended up being like those are how the orbs are taking you from... Sorry, I'm really deep into this. And then it's like, boom, that's how you disappear. And then maybe in some other timeline you come back and you're like, oh my God, it's 3,000 years into the future. Oh boy, would that be like? I mean, would you come back? Would you choose to come back to our time, or do you stay in the 3,000 year future? I have so many questions. Would they have time travel oh my God, what if the lightning event is like some kind of early time travel thing, and that's why those guys are... Sorry, I have many questions. Oh boy, would they return us if we accidentally ended up in the future? Would they return us if we were in the past and we found the ancient tech, and then they were like, sorry, I'm spiraling real hard.
There are people fleeing the country. Richard Gere even sold his damn house.
I have a business proposition for you. I'm going to be in town until Sunday. I'd like you to spend the week.
Richard Gere!
Was he at Diddy parties too? I know he's got some shady connections.
He used to hang out in the Hamptons.
I know he's had
the Hamptons isn't that far from Connecticut. He got everybody. Everybody.
Do you think that there are people in Hollywood that have already given testimony?
Oh, I know they have.
You think that people like Justin Bieber may have given testimony?
Justin Bieber is talking as much as he can, but I'm sure it's difficult for him to do, considering the fact that he's on those tapes. And I can tell you right now, every young man that was taken advantage of by Diddy was not only and put under some form of weird hypnosis, they've all committed crimes.
Oh my God, they were all doing the rituals, and that's how they got hypnotized and doing the things, and they weren't even realizing, and then before they knew it, they were now part of the entire... They were entire part of satanic... Sorry, can't say anything. Oh boy. Jaguar Wright has been telling us this since the very beginning, and now everything that she said is now coming to fruition. Oh boy, Bieber is definitely part of the things and definitely on those tapes, and maybe that's why we aren't hearing too much from him, and that's why he's so silent, because he knows there's an entire judgment that could be coming, or they silence everything and nothing ever goes through. Are we at the point of no return, or is nothing gonna come out? I just want to know.
This is a hard pill to swallow, but you can't make people see your vision. You can't make people understand why it is that you do what you do, why you like what you like, or why you want to go where you want to go. You can't make anybody understand that. But what you can do is show them the trail that you leave behind and hope that maybe they'll follow. But it is not your responsibility to get them there.
Oh my God. I swear I keep getting content that's just like oddly weird. I'ma still make the content, goons, don't you worry. But at the same time, do I stop asking for the interactions and just assume the goons are just gonna interact? I can't make you interact, but I know that's what the algorithm wants. But at the same time, it's like asking just feels like, it just feels so weird. It's like, please do the thing. And you're like, I'm already watching the video, but I'm like, YouTube wants, sorry. I hope this helps somebody. I gonna keep doing the things. That's basically what I do here. You know me.
Elementary school librarian. I was told that I will not be returning to our school next year.
That was a California elementary school librarian letting us know that they were informed they will not be returning to their school library next school year. Sad, right? But what's even more heartbreaking is they're not returning because the people who make the decisions for her to be able to come back to her classroom do not see the value in the school library. And this is happening all over the nation. There are states in the United States of America where there are almost no school libraries. There are no school libraries. There are no school librarians, school library media techs. It's just nothing. No libraries in the school, which means no chance for the kids to experience library joy, to truly fall in love with book characters, with books. We have to show decision makers the school library is the most important place in the school. The school library is beloved. If you ask a student who's their favorite teacher, what's their favorite classroom, it's the school library. It's the school librarian. If you want kids to be at reading level, if you want them to pass their tests, they have to be literate, to read and to write. And that joy happens in the school library. School libraries, we support you.
Yo, 100% libraries as a whole, but at the same time, why are they doing this, you know? Hey, don't we need them physical books? They're trying to like digitize all the books so that way they have more control of the books, and then they can just remove all the books that they need to remove so that way they can get the narrative that they want to push to us, and then we're just stuck going not to the libraries but to the computer labs to do the readings, and then we're reading from the computers that are basically trained to tell us the things, and then boom, propaganda. Sorry. Oh boy. I still support the school libraries. It's a very nice time. I got patches. I got that. Wait, who was that? Wasn't there another video where the lady's like, you got a personal pan pizza? Yeah, Pizza Hut. Yeah. Oh yeah, you can collect all the patches. You get a free coupon. Oh my God, I remember all things. Oh, I loved reading. Scholastic book fairs was a thing too. They had so many things. Why are we trying to stop this? This is not a thing anymore. Kids aren't interested. They would rather do something else like gymnasium and is it called PE? PE class and gymnasium. Dude, that's the actual thing. Gym class, PE. Sorry. This turned into something else. We're gonna do 2 more.
Scariest urban legends from each state, part 6. The Witch of Hampton Goody Cole. Eunice Goody Cole was the only woman in New Hampshire history to be tried for witchcraft multiple times. Her first charge was in 1656, and she was charged again in 1671. When she died and her body was recovered, the townspeople were rumored to have staked her through the heart to prevent her from haunting their town. People continued to blame Goody Cole for the misfortunes of Hampton citizens for the past 300 years. For example, a boat full of Hampton residents overturned and everyone on board drowned, even though they were in swimming distance of shore. People who blame Goody Cole for the crash and for cursing the passengers by having them forget how to swim. Follow for the next state.
Yeah, that is wild. I have heard that the witch trials were there, but most of the witch trials, they weren't really witches, but it sounds like the people in Hampton, they know. They were like, we were suffered. But you did the wooden stake through the heart thing. Is that just for vampires? Or is that werewolves where it's like the silver bullet or something? I'm sorry, I've heard many things. Maybe you didn't do it right. Oh boy. Or maybe she wasn't a witch at all and like the real witch is hidden away and you need to actually stake the heart of a different... Sorry, I am really deep down the rabbit hole. As you can see, we're going to do 1 more.
So you got hard water going through your pipes. You could put a tensor ring on the pipes. It'll get rid of the hard water. Let's say you got a pool and you got a bunch of algae or you're using too much chlorine. You can take a tensor ring and you could put it on your pumps on your pool. That algae will go away and you won't have to use chlorine anymore. The tensor rings, I've started to realize, are manipulating the ether. You can see that. If I kind of go back and forth, you can kind of see how it changes. They're manipulating the ether. The spiral that is taking place here has a piezoelectric effect, which is really cool. It's a piezoelectric antenna. And the more I would start to study these tensor rings, the more interesting things I started to notice. And you could take a tensor ring, and you could take, for example, your glass of water. You can put a tensor ring right underneath there, and that will help structure your water. Just a simple tensor ring. That's it. The work with Slim Sperling, he was talking about how they would use the measurements of the Great Pyramids to create their tensor rings, which I thought was really cool. And simply enough, I just put one on my arm right then, and it just kind of tunes you in.
Wait, I feel like all metals just like tune you in. You can put like, sometimes gold, sometimes silver, sometimes stainless, just any type of precious metal. I feel like, interesting. And then water is imprinting, so maybe the tensor ring. But I don't know if I believe you with the pool and like removing the chlorine, because trust me, sometimes you need that chlorine in there because yucky. It gets you real yucky. Don't know if a tensor ring is going to be enough. Oh boy, but you would save so much on chemicals. Sorry. This turned into something even crazier. But at the same time, are you going to start looking into tensor rings as the way forwards? Like, look at all the things it can prevent. Algae. I got algae in my aquarium tank. Maybe I put a... Sorry. Hey, guess what? You made it to the end. Hey, there was a lot in this one. And I understand. You're like, Teddy, I don't know how much longer I can keep doing this. I just like, you stop it. You keep doing this, all right? You just need to keep watching. I do the spiraling. If you're also spiraling and I'm spiraling, that's just crazy talk, all right? You stop it. You just keep doing the watching, all right? Hey, there should be videos on the screen right now. Click on either one of them to continue the Goon Fix. The one in the middle, you can subscribe. I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.
Wake up.